Literacy is perhaps the most important educational task facing children. Effective reading, writing, and communication skills are crucial for children to socialize with others, learn and apply curriculum, and go on to successful post-secondary education. Ultimately, literacy has a long-term effect on a child's ability to lead a fulfilling and productive independent life. As teachers, you know better than most the importance of the early years in laying a solid foundation for a child's education. This is especially true for children with hearing loss. Often, they start school with delays in speech and language, which are the precursors to literacy. If we intervene early in a positive way, we can help them develop the listening and spoken language skills they need to succeed, just like their classmates with typical hearing. As the primary teacher, you play an important role in teaching these skills. In this video, you will gather some of the information and tools you need to help a child with hearing loss build a strong foundation for future success. So what exactly is literacy? As we know, literacy is much more than just reading and writing. It includes listening, speaking, reading, writing, viewing, representing, responding, mathematics, understanding, thinking, applying, and communicating. Historically, research has shown a link between hearing loss and lower levels of reading achievement. More recently, however, earlier intervention as a result of universal infant hearing screening and advancements in hearing technology have had an impact on closing this gap. Recent studies are showing that age-appropriate reading levels are possible for children with hearing loss if we intervene early and help them develop their listening and spoken language skills, which may be lagging when they first come to school. According to experts, children with hearing loss require 3 times the exposure to learn new words and concepts because of the reduced bandwidth caused by their hearing loss. Think of literacy as building a house. It needs to start with laying a solid foundation. In the case of literacy, the foundation begins with strong listening and language skills. But children who are deaf or hard of hearing often come to school without these fundamental skills in place. It is important to help them develop these skills so they can go on to add the first floor and second floor without it all tumbling down. If these factors aren't addressed properly, the child with a hearing loss may experience delayed oral language, which then could lead to difficulty in acquiring reading and writing skills, accessing the curriculum, and applying knowledge. Ultimately, if these challenges go unchecked, they can affect the child's ability to integrate successfully into the mainstream. When we talk about hearing, we should really be talking about the brain. Think of the brain as a computer and the ears as the keyboard, sending auditory messages to the brain. For children with hearing loss, some letters on the keyboard are missing. Although the brain is completely intact, their broken keyboard sends faulty messages to the brain. That's why hearing technology is so important. Hearing aids, cochlear implants, and classroom amplification systems, or FM systems, will help to replace those missing keys so messages can reach the brain more coherently. In a child's brain development, there's a window of opportunity for the advancement of auditory skills. For children with typical hearing, this occurs before they enter school. But for children with hearing loss, especially if they were diagnosed late or don't have appropriate technology in place, this may be delayed. It's important to intervene now before this window of opportunity closes. It's vital to give students with hearing loss the best possible access to sound as soon as they start school. There are many factors that will affect the progress of a child with hearing loss in your class, including the degree of hearing loss, the age of diagnosis, the use of consistent amplification, the quality of early intervention, the cognitive ability of that child, the child's motivation to learn, the language spoken at home, and the amount of support the parents can provide. The prerequisites for language and literacy development are the same for all children. They include listening skills and oral language skills with a knowledge of both semantics and syntax. Vocabulary and the ability to communicate are also important, as is general knowledge, understanding the concepts of print, and having solid comprehension strategies to learn. Children with hearing loss need to develop these skills just as their classmates with typical hearing, but often they need extra help to do so. That's where the specialist teacher of the deaf and hard of hearing can help. Teachers of the deaf and hard of hearing are skilled in developing the areas of listening, speech, and language that support the classroom curriculum. As with all students, children with hearing loss vary greatly in their skills development. The teacher of the deaf will work closely with you to understand the unique needs of the student and help develop an effective individual education plan, or IEP. Research tells us that full inclusion is facilitated when the school team works collaboratively in developing the IEP. That team should include you, the teacher, the parents or caregivers, school administrators, support workers in the class, and of course the teacher of the deaf and hard of hearing, whose specialized knowledge plays a key role to develop, assess, and modify an effective plan.
What was happening in this picture?
The teacher of the deaf is able to provide intervention to help the student with hearing loss develop the auditory skills, oral language, communication, vocabulary, and background knowledge that form the foundation for literacy.
Let's read it. I touched a snake.
I touched a snake.
This specialist can also work with you, the classroom teacher, to develop effective strategies. How can you help? Students with hearing loss learn best in a quiet environment, but classrooms are busy and often noisy places. Make use of the classroom FM system when you're introducing a new concept or giving directions.
Today we're going to sing our Good Morning Train song. David, can you please come and sit over here so you can hear better?
Move the student closer to you, either in the circle or his desk, so there is better opportunity to hear you clearly.
Okay. And I need all of you to help me sing.
It's important to help children with hearing loss build their communication skills. Let's watch this example of how it can be done.
Okay, so we're just going to play the game, okay? So can you remind me what color you want it to be?
Purple.
Purple, to match your dress? And what color should I be?
Blue.
To match my dress? Okay. So here's a purple one for you. And there's a blue one for me. Do you remember where it says start? There you go, that's right. Can you put mine on start as well? Good job. So we need to get a spinner. Okay, but I'm going to spin, I'm not going to show you, okay? It landed on the letter T. Can you find the letter T? Do you know what letter this is? It's an F. And this is?
S.
Right, and this is?
P.
And this one is?
T.
Oh, you found it! That's where we should stop. So I'm going to say a word, and you tell me if it starts with the letter T, okay?
Okay.
Top. Yes, so you get to move to the letter T. Good job.
Language and vocabulary delays can have a direct effect on reading comprehension. So what can you do to ensure the development of comprehension skills? Repeat and reword key points when teaching the class. Reinforce concepts and language in texts. Model oral and written language as much as possible. Scaffold and support any attempts the student with hearing loss may offer. Provide context to assist the student to fill in the gaps on general knowledge they need to understand the current theme or story. Discuss the main idea of the text and make inferences to explore the topic at hand more thoroughly, and provide the opportunity for pre-teaching and highlighting vocabulary in advance. Often, when new concepts are explored in the class, the child with hearing loss may not have adequate background knowledge or vocabulary in the new topic to engage in class discussions. He or she could feel lost and left out of the discussion. This is where specialized one-on-one pre-teaching can play a crucial role. Provide the teacher of the deaf and the parents with information on the upcoming theme or topic and a list of the new vocabulary and concepts. They can help the student prepare in advance so they will feel more confident to enter in new discussions.
To go on, and you're going to be writing a persuasive writing letter to your teacher. So just brainstorm some ideas if you guys want to put up your hands.
If the student has the opportunity to preview and review the new vocabulary, concepts, and spelling words, it's easier for the child to stay on track with classmates and feel a part of the learning.
What would you see at Reptilia? Crocodiles, yes.
Let's listen in on a pre-teaching moment that uses auditory verbal strategies as a base for learning language through listening. In this case, the child is being prepared for an upcoming theme.
All right, are you ready? What are some things that you could see at Christmas time?
Christmas trees.
Christmas trees, what else?
Stockings.
Right? What do you see outside on the ground sometimes?
I don't know.
Well, it's white stuff and it's cold.
Snow.
Right. And what can you use the snow for?
Snowmans.
Snowmen, that's right. And snow mommies. You could make a snow mom this winter. Soon it's going to be winter, but it's not winter now, is it? What season is it now?
Spring.
You're close. It's the one that comes after spring. It's a little hotter. You can go swimming outside because it's warmer, especially here. Spring, then...
Summer.
You got it. It's summer. So, and what comes after summer?
Winter.
Nope, that's not next. It's the one that starts with...
Fall.
Right.
Literature in the field of literacy has shown that phonemic and phonological awareness is a strong predictor of long-term reading and spelling success. In fact, these skills can predict literacy performance more accurately than intelligence, vocabulary, knowledge, and socioeconomic status. A visual approach to reading is not enough. The auditory component is crucial.
Good sounding out. I like how you're poking at each sound and getting your mouth ready to say it.
Current hearing technology has made it possible for students with all levels of hearing loss to access sound and progress through the same stages of reading as children with typical hearing. For students that are deaf or hard of hearing, developing phonemic and phonological awareness may require a more focused and direct intervention approach as well as additional practice.
Pram. Pram.
Learning to listen to and manipulate individual phonemes, identify sounds and syllables and words, segmenting, blending, adding and deleting sounds, and recognizing rhyming words can present special challenges for children with hearing loss, especially when they're trying to listen in a noisy classroom. Even with advances in technology that help minimize their hearing loss, these students need some extra one-on-one intervention in a quiet setting to develop phonemic and phonological awareness skills that are so important to achieve literacy for life. Let's watch a child with hearing loss learning phonics in a one-on-one situation.
All right, so Isaac, we're going to do some fishing today. We're going to fish for some things in this lake. And attached to these fish are some crazy pictures. You wouldn't believe some of the crazy things that we will find in the lake. Here's your fishing rod I made just for you. So you go ahead and try to catch one of the fish.
I'm trying to catch the blue one.
You want to try to catch the blue one, do you? So you're going to try to catch the magnet. You got it! Good job! You caught your first fish. Let's take the pictures off. And we're going to talk about those in a minute. And pop that fish into the bowl, please, for me. Great, let's catch another fish. It's the last fish in the lake. You got it. Good job. That's fantastic. I'm going to take your fishing rod from you. Let's have a look and see what all these fantastic things we found. You turn over one of those pictures for me and tell me what you find.
A tree.
It's a trunk of a tree. And what's that growing out of there?
A plant.
A
A leaf.
Good job. It's a leaf. That's right. We'll put that one over. Okay, what else did we find in the lake? You turn it over for me.
Swimming pool.
A swimming pool. Who is this very important person at the swimming pool?
A lifeguard.
Good job, a lifeguard. They're really important people to have at the swimming pool. Okay, let's see. We've got all these pictures here, and some of these begin with the L sound. What letter is that? What letter?
L.
L, right. And what letter is this one?
F.
F, good. And so we have the big F and we have the little f. I need you to help me sort out these pictures and help me decide whether they begin with the L sound or the F sound, okay? So grab one.
A fan again.
A fan again. Where shall we put the fan? Does it begin with the F sound? Good job. Okay, take another one.
A lock. Yes.
A lock. And that starts with the L sound. What's that boy doing?
Laugh.
Laughing. You are one smart cookie, aren't you?
Shared reading is another very effective way to promote language and literacy skills.
Danger, danger, animals in danger. Animals in danger may not survive.
It can be done at home, in school, or in class as a group. Shared reading supports the concepts of print as children learn words in context and helps them to develop good listening skills. It also helps them develop skills of prediction, making connections, and drawing inferences. They will be asking questions, creating visual and mental memories of the storyline.
It means that there's not that many still alive.
And so does that mean that we have to, what can we do to help them?
We respect them.
It's important for children with hearing loss to have access to the proper technology so they can hear shared reading stories well.
We have to put a lot of feeling and expression into this part.
FM systems with a pass-around microphone, which classmates can use while taking a turn reading, will ensure all students can participate and be fully engaged. All of these opportunities will help lay the foundation for literacy. Children with hearing loss process language and learn literacy skills in the same way as children with typical hearing. Listening and reading comprehension develop simultaneously. Language, vocabulary, and thinking go hand in hand. The strategies you are using to encourage comprehension for all the children in your class will be just as helpful for the student with hearing loss, but he or she may require additional focused practice. It's good to activate prior knowledge before starting a story. Retell or summarize what you read and discuss specific story elements like characters, setting, or plot to help the child understand the story more thoroughly. Encourage the use of mental imagery and encourage questioning during reading and thinking out loud. The more discussion, the better, as all these approaches will help to enrich the learning experience. Now, let's watch these ideas in action.
So I have brought a little boy to introduce to you. His name is Steve. Can you say hi to Steve?
Hi, Steve.
Yeah, but you know what? He has a nickname. He's called Slurpy Steve, and he's kind of a rude little boy. Do you know what he does?
No.
Every time that he eats things like cereal or soup or chocolate milk, he makes this sound like this. Can you make that sound? Yeah. Do you ever make that sound when you're slurping through a straw, when you're having a milkshake or something? Do you ever make that sound?
No.
No, because you're not a naughty boy like Steve.
He's a naughty little boy. Santa's not even going to give him a present.
Santa's not even going to give him a present because he's a naughty little boy. Well, one day, his grandpa, look at his grandpa. He looks kind of mean, doesn't he? His grandpa said to him, Slurpy Steve, I need your help today. I would like you to come out into the garden with me and help me find some worms. And Slurpy Steve said, why, Grandpa? Why are we finding worms? What do you think they might be finding worms for?
Because they are going to fish.
They are going to go fishing. And Slurpy Steve, just like you, sit up please, loves to go fishing. So he says, well, Grandpa, I'm tired right now and I'm really hungry. So you go outside and find some worms for me and I'm going to have some breakfast. So first, Slurpy Steve had some cereal. Do you know what kind of cereal that is?
Yeah.
What kind?
Sugary.
It is sugary. Do you know what kind it's called?
Fruit Loops.
He had some Fruit Loops, and this is the sound he made. He had them, and he went, and look, they were all gone. And Grandpa came back inside, and he put this on the counter. He said, okay, Slurpy Steve, that's it. If you don't come out and help me, we are not going fishing. How do you think Grandpa felt?
Sad.
Can you think of another word? He did feel sad. Is there another way?
Mad.
Look at his face. His face is telling you he's mad. So Steve said, okay, Grandpa, I will come out and help you now.
A balanced literacy program is the same for all children. It should be modeled, shared, guided, and independent. It includes retelling, questioning, the concepts of print, making connections, and background knowledge. Phonological awareness and phonics, speaking, listening, oral language activities including semantics, syntax, and pragmatics, cognitive and academic skills, and higher order thinking skills or metacognitive skills. There are many resources available that promote spoken language and literacy. These websites have tools you can use to teach children in your class. Remember, reading and writing begin with listening and language, skills that students with hearing loss may find challenging. It may take a little extra effort and some one-on-one help from everyone involved, the parents, the teacher of the deaf and hard of hearing, and you, their classroom teacher. Working as a team can really improve the ability of a student with hearing loss to not only listen and participate in class, but to learn to read at the same level as his or her peers, interact with them socially, absorb and apply curriculum, and ultimately go on to live a truly independent and fulfilling life.